Alright guys, what is going on? It's Booster here. Just figured I'd give y'all another little video since it's been some few days since I gave y'all a video. I know the last topic was love, so we're gonna kinda move on to a more serious topic here, something more that hits a little bit close to home to everyone. Pretty much it's about the lessons we learn in life and every day. And that's pretty much what it's about, lessons we learned. And really, like, I asked my Facebook friends and people that pay attention to my posts that I put on there, um, do we really learn the lesson the first time in our life, or do we repeat? And what I mean by that is, if you've ever went through something really, really tough, or let's say really, really hard for you or tragic, did you learn from that, or is there a potential chance that you may sometime in your life repeat that? And we see it all the time. You may see a girl, or woman, wife maybe, that gets you know abused by her husband on a daily basis, or opposite, very opposite. There are abusive relationships that have to do with women beating men. And even if it's not physical, if it's emotional or something like that, they will you know um, abuse the man or woman, and that woman or man may never learn their lesson. They may still stay with them and be with them until eventually, one day they won't be here or alive anymore. And you see this all the time. You see relationships, oh well, I love him and stuff like that, and it ends up turning for the worst. So really, today's topic, guys, is lessons. Do we learn them or do we repeat them? And I face this every day. Every day of life that I go through, which May 28th was 21 years for me. And it's a little bit past that now, but every day that I wake up, um, I may experience a different lesson every day. Like when I go to work every day, there's a different lesson every day. And same thing with you guys. You guys wake up, do whatever y'all do, and y'all learn a different lesson every day. And it's we may not all catch them. We may be like, oh, today's just a boring day. No, it's never a boring day. There's a reason that day may be boring. There's a lesson to be learned from that. You know, like to try to stay busy or find something constructive to do rather than be sitting around not doing anything. You know, and that's not the only thing. Us living our life isn't the only thing we learn lessons from. If you read books, if you read, or if you watch movies, um, if you watch your favorite TV show, there's a lesson to be learned in all of those things, all of those stories to be told. And if I could give an example, it'd be, like the movie Forrest Gump, for example. It's a very well-known movie. I feel every one of y'all have probably seen it, and if you haven't, go watch it. It's a very good movie, and it shows how just because you're different or you have a crutch or a disability doesn't mean you can't do great things. We can all do great things that may not seem so great to us, but they're great to other people. And it's just because we're different doesn't mean we can't do great things. We're all beautiful in our own way, as I have said before. Every day we learn different lessons that we um we learn from. We make mistakes that we also learn from, and that's the lesson we learn from the mistake. And we can either choose to repeat it, or we can choose to use that as a knowledgeable thing to never do again, or and in turn lead someone else into a better direction from the mistake that you made. And we also, when we make mistakes, yes, there may be negative consequences to that. We may learn a lesson that'll help us out later, but we end up paying for it because we made that one mistake. People, do this all the time. And we judge those people, say like people in jail. We never know what they go through. We weren't there. We're so quick to judge. Yes, I feel very strongly towards certain criminals out there. Believe me, some of them probably deserve to sit right where they are at. But there are innocent in the justice system. There are criminals in the justice system. Does that mean they are bad people? No. No, it doesn't. Because they may have made that one mistake in their life that they're paying dearly for and that they have learned from dearly and truly, but they won't ever get a chance to live their life and to lead someone else in a better direction because they made that one mistake. And like you see these shows, Scared Straight and stuff like that, that's real things. These people are in jail paying for those things that these kids are doing, and they're helping these kids lead them in the right direction. And that's good thing. That is a lesson they have learned, and they're trying to teach these kids, hey, don't do as I did. Save your life now before it's too late. And they're trying to give themselves a purpose. Yeah, they're in there, and they have a purpose for being in there, but that is their purpose, to show troubled kids, or let me not say troubled, but peer pressured into doing certain things, the right way to live their life, and to not make the mistakes that they made, and to where their life won't be as hard. And some learn, and like I said, some repeat. And you'll probably see some of them same kids on the show later on in life. Hey, I seen this kid getting scared straight, but he didn't get scared straight. He's the one doing the scared straight. He may be the one teaching the kid the lesson, and that makes us look like, why do we repeat? But also, our country seems to do the same thing. Yes, I live in America. I think it's a great, great country beyond belief. Could it be better? Of course. It could always be better. We've came a long way. We've came up, from the American Revolution. When we came over from the British side, and revolutionized everything, and claimed our independence July 4th, and learned from our mistakes. Don't do this to people, but yet there are a lot of things that we haven't, such as there's a lot of controversies going on. I'm not too big into politics things of everything, but racism, that's a thing. I feel it wouldn't be going around as much as if people would just stop talking about it, leaving it alone. It doesn't matter. If I were to fall and cut my arm right now on this video, I would bleed red, just like everybody else. And that's the way people need to look at it. A lot of people look at me, and say, oh, blah, 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 you just don't understand. No, I do understand. But I also understand this, I've never owned any slaves. I've never, nothing like that. And a lot of my friends in school growing up, they got offended at some, racist things that were said, but they also need to understand they ain't the ones out there in them fields doing what their ancestors have done. And honestly, to be completely honest, they don't even know if their ancestors were doing it, so they have no reason to be mad. But also, yes, everyone has been treated poorly. Believe it or not, we were treated poorly by our own country. When we tried to start our own, we fought back. And if it wasn't for the help of the African American race, we wouldn't have claimed our independence. And without their help, this country we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have today, such as you know, being able to say what we want to say, or you know, going to school together, getting to know each other, being able to say, hey, I have a black friend, or colored friend, I'm sorry, and or even them, you know, hey, I have a white friend that I call brother. We wouldn't have that if we wouldn't have stuck together as long as this time. And you know, that's one of the things I feel we shouldn't talk about. You know, it is irrelevant. It is irrelevant what color you are. It is irrelevant where you're from. It's irrelevant. Now, there's a lot of controversies on immigration. Now, before I say anything, you know, a lot of people probably comment on this video and say Trump supporter. No, by no means. You know, I don't vote, and I don't vote for a reason, and it's because I don't believe either, you know, either side is right. They're both corrupt, either way. You know, when George Washington, if you read your history, when George Washington came up with the presidency, he specifically said, do not make political groups. And there's a reason for that. Because we don't need to, the choice is for the people to make, not for political groups to make. And that's exactly what we done. We didn't learn from what he told us, so we're learning the hard way. Now, we made a mistake a long time ago by making political groups, and we keep repeating. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Same thing with world wars. Both World War I and II. Yes, in World War II, on December 7th, we were attacked by the Japanese. Okay, they bombed Pearl Harbor. We took care of business then. We dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, do I believe we were right or wrong in doing that? Honestly, I believe we were right. We were protecting ourselves. Self-defense. Another freedom we have that people take advantage of. Or, you know, that our people aren't recognizing that we have. We have the right to self-defense. But, you know, the whole controversy with police these days, people, resisting arrest is not self-defense. They tell you to stop, you stop. They tell you to show your hands, you show your hands. And that's as simple as that. They are authorities. There are a reason they wear the badge. We are to follow those rules. We aren't to, oh, he's hurting me, blah, 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 and fight back. That's resisting arrest. Consequences happen for a reason. You know, and people all the time, you know, and police, I've never really cared for police too much. But believe it or not, they keep our streets safe. Safer than, you know, like, you ever hear, you know, I know y'all hear the stories about Gaza Strip and stuff like that being bombed and kids being involved in this because they were just walking down the road. We could have that happening here, but we don't because of those police that catch people that do that. So think of that, you know, when you go to start judging, if you know what I mean. And it's like I was getting at though with the wars and everything. We always get stuck in some kind of conflict, political conflict with another country because we stick our nose in business that it has no reasoning for being in. Yes, do we stand up as a country and say, okay, we'll put our nose in another country's business and say, hey, you're not going to do these to your innocent people here. This isn't right. Yes, we do that. Do I think it's right? Yes, because the innocent people need a voice too, and because that country doesn't believe in that, they don't allow it. Well, but we also need to respect their beliefs. They're a communist country, socialist country, capitalist country, whatever. For a reason. That's the way the people wanted it. Okay, we need to respect that and keep our nose out of it. But what do? Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, all of those. I'm not saying we shouldn't have been over there because those people needed help. We helped them, we should have pulled out. But we didn't. We stayed for political reasons, such as, you know, people want to throw out oil and stuff like that. That's political reasons. That's not the reasons we were over there fighting. We were over there fighting to help innocent people that were getting bombed and blown up on the streets. You know, and that's like Vietnam. That was a political war. We should have never been over there and sent young men over there to die because of a political war. No. We should have sent them politicians that were being corrupt over there to die in that war. And then only to see our guys come back and to be spit on in airports and stuff like that and called baby killers. No. Yes, they had the incident at the camp where a couple of soldiers killed a bunch of innocent people. I understand also that the good suffer for bad people's actions, other people's actions all the time. It happens. But when you got men who come back and they are traumatized and PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, they come back and they get spit on by their own country they were trying to defend, and they were told to defend, and people are calling them baby killers and stuff like that. That messed them up even more. To be hated in your own home. You know, they might as well have died out there with the rest of their men, or whoever else they lost out there, brothers, whatever, because they came back to a country who was unappreciative. And, you know, that's another mistake we haven't learned from. It's kind of like the saying, you know, don't kill the messenger. They were told to go over there. They were told to fight for a reason. When they come back, don't kill the people fighting the fight. And don't judge the people fighting the fight. Judge the people who told them to fight. And that's, you know, that's what we need to learn. You know, don't judge somebody based off of the mistakes they make. Because they're still good people. Yes, they may repeatedly make the same mistake, but deep down they were a good person. We don't know what they go through, and a lot of people don't care to know. They're just judge. And if you believe in God like I do, you're not supposed to judge anyone, because you don't live sin-free. You don't live sin-free. If you live sin-free, you'd be perfect, and you could walk on water and do everything that Jesus could do, but you can't. You've made a mistake sometime in your life. You have sinned. You are not perfect. You should not be casting a stone at anyone or judgment upon anyone until you are perfect in every way. And you're not. No one is perfect. So, I feel you don't judge anyone. That is not your place to do. And, you know, let that person learn from their mistakes. Yes, will they have to answer for their mistakes? Of course. Maybe in more ways than one. But that person will eventually learn from their mistakes. And by you judging them, they're not going to learn. That's not going to help anything. That's just going to make them look more negative towards the whole situation completely. Excuse me, guys. But anyway, you know, we all have lessons in life that we learn, and if we choose to repeat them, we will choose to repeat the same consequences every time. You know, if you choose to keep, you know, selling drugs, doing whatever you want to do, the consequences are going to be that you get busted, end up in jail, and eventually you're not going to get out. You may get out, and be like, okay, I'll just keep doing it, I keep getting out. Until that one day they say, you got this many possessions, this many charges, we're not letting you out anymore. You're going to learn your lesson one way or another, and they'll keep you in. And you won't ever see freedom ever again. You will have disrespected that right to have freedom for the last time. And that will be your own fault. That will be no one to blame but yourself. And that's another thing, another topic about lessons in life. Everybody wants to, something bad happens, they make a mistake. Instead of learning from it, they point fingers at other people. No. Every time I step out of line and I get angry with someone for no reason and I take out something that they didn't deserve to get taken out on them, that's on me. That's my fault. I shouldn't have done it. There's a reason they got upset at me. I shouldn't be taking whatever out on them that I had go on in my life. I should. And that's for me to answer for. And I need to stand up and say, hey, I was wrong as a man, and pretty much, accept it and try to change that, learn from it. Don't do it anymore. Or I can choose to repeat it, which every day I choose to repeat things. I'm not perfect either, but I do my best to learn from my mistakes, learn lessons in life that I learned, and try to make that benefit me in every way possible. And that's really what everyone should do. Not everyone's going to do it. Everybody's going to choose to repeat and pay consequences and or the pros and cons of every decision they decide to make. So pretty much what we discussed in the video, guys, kind of sum it up a bit. We all live lives, lessons in life. We all learn from them. We also make mistakes. We learn from them or we repeat them. But eventually, if we keep repeating them, we're going to be locked in a permanent consequence of it. So, like I said, if y'all have any topics or any problems y'all are going through, please let me know. You're welcome to let me know in any way. Comment, send me a message, whatever. And I'll do my best to make a video on it, guys, and discuss it. Like some people right now, like I said, where I live, they're dealing with floods. They're dealing with, having things for a very long time and having to throw them out in garbage because, they lost everything because they got 3.5 feet or whatever of water in their home. And I've been there. When Hurricane Francis hit Florida, I lost everything. And what did I learn from that? I believe in God. He gives, He takes away. He can do it all. So we learn lessons from that. We learn that, this chapter of my life's over, but I'm about to begin an even better one. So, yeah, I mean, I know y'all can't see a lot of my room right now, but to my left, I got a PlayStation 4, an Xbox One, a TV, a soundbar, have all these things. But if I would have got flooded, they'd all be gone. And it's simple, Yeah, would I be upset I had to throw out my stuff? Of course. A lot of this stuff I've had for a very long time, such as in my closet here right next to me, I have a motion lamp. I don't know if y'all remember those. It's a picture of a dolphin or whatever, and the water kind of moves in it when you turn it on. I've had that since I was a kid, right after we moved from Florida when I lost everything to Tennessee. I got that for one of my first Christmases, and I've had it ever since. I would have lost that. So that was a sentimental value that I would have probably lost, but that means I would have opened up to a bigger, better chapter in my life. And, I don't take that for granted. So just kind of learn from the lessons that y'all get, guys. And like I said, any topics or anything y'all have, please let me know. If you know me on Facebook, y'all can message me there. And if you even want some one-on-one advice, I'll do my best to try, you guys. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll get y'all another video soon. I was thinking about the next topic being, change. Change every day, So y'all let me know, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you, guys.